Free beer and hot wings in the morning. Grand Rapids rocks all day. 97.9 GRD rocks.
Cloudy today, snow changing to rain, 48 the high, it's 38 downtown. We talked about this story a little bit earlier. A guy who was arrested because he kind of matched a description. And now a lawsuit coming out. Former Grand Valley State says he was unfairly arrested by undercover officers. You decide what you think.
No, he's not all right. They were pounding him in the head.
The lawsuit filed in federal court alleges undercover Grand Rapids detective Todd Allen and undercover FBI agent Douglas Brownback deprived James King of his constitutional freedom from unreasonable seizure, searches, malicious prosecution, and use of excessive force.
We thought they were going to kill him. Yeah, that's what I thought.
He was walking here when it happened. My name is Chris Bowden. I'm the president and founder of the Geek Group National Science Center on Leonard Street. He was a volunteer. He came here and helped out with stuff. He helped people learn about science and technology. I mean, he's as far as you can get from a thug.
James King had almost reached the Geek Group building when he was confronted by the undercover officers. According to the lawsuit, they asked his name, and when he didn't produce an ID, one snatched his wallet.
Now, right as they're doing that part of the story, they showed someone walking from the waist down that looked like a drunk hobo wearing a paper bag from a grocery store as pants.
Misleading, I think.
Yeah, a little bit.
Maybe that was actually the guy and that's just how he dressed for this news story, or it was a bit misleading.
And thinking it was a robbery.
Do you have any weapons on you at all? No, sir. I thought they were trying to mug me.
James King tried to run, but according to the lawsuit, he was quickly tackled, choked unconscious, and when he awakened and bit the arm across his head, he was beaten.
He's like, I can't come in today, and he sent me a picture where, like, his face was caved in, like they blew out all the capillaries in his eyes. They beat the hell out of the kid. He used to volunteer here all the time. He was a regular here, but he doesn't hang out here so much anymore. I wish he did. I miss the kid.
They were pounding him.
Oh, no.
Now, the two were in plain clothes.
Wow.
Both unshaven and wearing jeans. Now, the question is, did they identify themselves as undercover agents? That being said, I still don't know if you believe it in that situation if you're a completely innocent person.
I don't care if they identify themselves unless they've got, if they all of a sudden they like drop their DEA jackets or whatever, like they've really got identification. But if you just say, I'm a cop, freeze.
Yeah.
And you're dressed like I am now, I'm gonna go, whatever, and I'm out of there. I'm running too.
They were part of a task force looking for a fugitive named Aaron Davison who was wanted in June of 2014 for home invasion. Davison had been seen in the area the previous day, according to the lawsuit. This from WGRD-FM. The description of Davison, which Allen and Brownback were working, was very broad. They knew that Davison was 26 years old, a white male with glasses between 5'11" and 6'3".
That's like everybody.
Quite a few. Officials were relying on a driver's license photo of Davison that was 7 years old and more recent Facebook photos where his face was not visible. In actuality, Davison stands 6'4" and weighs about 200 pounds, so he's not even that, making even more difference. The two officers confronted him, who could not see the lanyards with badges they were wearing, according to the lawsuit. He did not have identification with him, which is why he didn't give it. He was ordered to get against a black unmarked SUV and told to put his hands behind his head. The officers decided to arrest him because he didn't have ID and did not answer their questions.
Is that an arrestable offense? Do you have to carry ID?
I guess if they have reasonable suspicion that you are the suspect they're looking for.
Seems like they could say that about anything.
Yeah, I don't think. I don't think you by law have to have identification on you, do you?
And so you don't know they're cops. You start struggling, and at that point, they say you're resisting arrest.
Yeah. One of the officers removed King's wallet from his pants, and King believed he was being mugged, according to the lawsuit. An officer tried to grab King's arm. He fled. King got 3 steps before being tackled. That's when it got bad. King called for help from passers-by and was pummeled by one of the officers. Bystanders called the police, and several marked units showed up.
Wow.
King and his family say they spent their life savings on legal counsel to defend him on criminal charges. Damages include pain and suffering, emotional and mental harm, because they still prosecuted him.
Because he bit them? Because he thought he was being mugged?
For resisting arrest. Trying to flee.
Yeah.
And elude.
I mean, Maybe there are other details to this that would make me say,
Maybe
this
we don't
is a
have
cash
it.
grab
Based
by this
on
guy.
what
And
I've
maybe he should
heard
have
and
acted
seen.
differently immediately. But
If
Well,
anyone
maybe,
credible has any information they can give us that isn't being told,
But
then
I mean,
please tell me.
But if he's innocent and they beat him up because he was afraid, because I mean, when you are innocent, if you didn't do anything and all of a sudden you're being questioned by people that are dressed like other people, not like cops, I'm not sure I would stick around and go, okay, yeah, here's my wallet.
Well, if you think your life is in danger, you fight back or you try
Yeah.
and run.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like Steve, when you were confronted by that person that we now know was pretending to be a police officer and you were suspicious of that at the time.
Yeah.
That's not that different than what happened to this guy. Really.
Right.
That person didn't look official.
No,
And
they,
if your reaction, if that had been an actual part of an undercover task force, you might have gotten beaten up in that situation.
and
Yeah.
he showed something that could have been a badge,
yeah.
you know?
But anybody can show anything that could kind of be a badge. I mean,
My buddy, who is a police officer, I won't say his name, but he's a great one. He says you do not have to have ID unless you're stopped while driving. You don't have to have one.
no.
I wonder if you have to answer any questions.
This looks like, at least from what we know, barring other facts, and I'm sure there's many, many more facts, but right now, it looks like a payment's being rendered.
Yeah. I wonder.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, I don't know how it wouldn't be,
Right?
you know.
Especially, I mean, there's video of it and everything else. Yikes.
Yeah, the news isn't saying anything else, so we don't know. We're going based on
Right.
everything we know at this point.
That's all for today. Did we ever hear from our contestant for Dumber Than the Show trivia?
Yeah, we did. Yep.
It's good to go?
Yep.
This Doug Webb?
Doug will be here.
All right.
Okay, very good.
That's tomorrow. 8:20, Hot Wings will try to win. Push it up to $3,500. The Black Crowes, hard to handle. 97.9 GRD Rocks.